Welcome to the Embodied Wealth Masterclass. It is such a pleasure to connect with you with this beautiful work today. I am delighted for this deep dive with you. And we are going to be integrating this beautiful work as we continue journeying together. We will start out with a training, understanding the basic principles of embodied wealth, and then go on a journey. I'll take you through a guided activation, guided meditation for you to have your own lived experience of what I'm talking about. Because as we're journeying into our inner wealth, we are moving into areas that, from my point of view, is your true nature, but we haven't been shown this space. We haven't been educated in this space. And so our mind may not have the kind of data, information, understanding to what we're doing. So I think it's most powerful when we go and have a lived experience. You have your own lived experience, your own unique relationship with your wealth, your inner wealth, to create your outer wealth. And we are really, it's interesting because I've been birthing in this work for many, many years. As you may know, I was guided in to facilitate, teach, and support women to transform their relationship with money, helping you to create a life of abundance in every area of your life. And, I'm still understanding, revealing more and more about this work myself, even as the facilitator. It's very rich, it's very deep, and there's always more to uncover and discover. And it really truly is like going into, our inner caves and uncovering, discovering more and more gold within. And, this information it's like buried treasure. And it's been hard to access for many, many reasons. And I see us on a journey of healing, of transformation, of letting go. The old, the systems, the structures, the old, very wounded, harmful systems and structures, it seems, that we've been kind of indoctrinated into, that keeps us in separation of our power, keeps you in separation of your purpose, who you truly are, your prosperity, and also your pleasure. We will be doing a pleasure portal masterclass, but it's all of this works kind of starts dances together. So we are diving beneath the layers, right, of pain, of wounding, of trauma, of that barriers of separation between yourself and life. We are trying to bridge the gap between where you are now, where you want to be. And I see that the fundamentals, the core of this is a real journey home, first and foremost, to tap into your power, your creative power, your ability to consciously create, to manifest, to co-create between your body, between life, your business, your bank account. And we're on a journey of remembering, reconnecting, and coming home. So please know that this is, it's beautiful work, it's deep work, and it's a process, it's a journey. It's not some kind of end point destination. And we also have to do a lot of remembering and reminding. So the fundamental principles you may understand very quickly. And then there's the integration of that, learning to live it, to breathe it, to embody it, to keep coming home. Because those old patterns and programs are very well trodden pathways, and it's about reminding yourself to come back to this place, to create from this place, to speak from this place, to share from this place, and we take the next step together today. So what I'd like you to do is take notes, any kind of insights or inspirations or little takeaways that you want to write down to remind yourself, to remember. There's something very powerful about writing things down, as well as a process to help you kind of digest and integrate, because I don't use slides. So you want to be kind of taking notes and writing down little takeaways, little nuggets, especially when we're going into your wealthy wisdom within. To see what she has to say. And the intention of this work is really to help you to create from this place more and more, to trust this part of you more and more, and in time to experience the creative power of this place and space more and more. And also understanding it takes courage. It takes trust to journey into these, the dark spaces within, right? And bring our presence there. And I've learned, right, that we can create very powerfully and very effectively from this place. It's just different to what we've been taught. It's just different. And over time, we gather data, we gather evidence, and experience that it does work and it is effective. And from my experience, even more effective, right, than some of those ways that we create from kind of wounding or scarcity or lack or not enough. We want to be really creating from a place of that wholeness. So that's what we're doing. And we continue to dive in together as we do this work. And this is a masterclass, a bonus as part of the mastermind that we are going to be integrating. Like I said already, we're integrating this work. We're practicing. We're putting it into practice, remembering, week after week, remembering to come back to this place again and again, because you will fall out, that's completely normal. You will forget, you will go into some old ways, and then we're just calling you home, calling you back in over and over again until we start to kind of embody, land in, ground, and become, slowly, I say slowly and sensually, right? This kind of slow, sensual support, safety, all those S words. That's what we're doing. And we're going on an adventure into the next level. And what I would like you to do is, get yourself really nice and comfortable. And we want to have your pen and paper. And we want to think slow and think sensual and think support and think safety, right? And start to kind of call that quality in. And from here we can start building, really start building, really start creating from this more grounded, rooted, embodied place. If nothing else, that helps with stress and anxiety and overwhelm, right? We want to calm your nervous system, right? Bring your nervous system into balance, your energy system into balance, your mind, your emotions into balance, and start to work as a whole integrated system. And we are remembering how to do this, coming back. So beautiful. I'm going to start closing my eyes a little bit. We're going to start taking some beautiful inhalations into your beautiful body, and exhalations. Slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. How much breath can you take into your body? I'm going to slow it all down. I know there will be resistance. There's a sort of a fight or protection against dropping into the space. And so that's what we want to keep breathing into. Anywhere there's contraction, I see it as protection, this protection that we have around your inner wealth. And we just want to start taking the breath in. We just keep breathing with whatever's here. Full radical acceptance of this moment, of you in this moment. We're going to just keep breathing. We're just going to keep breathing, keep showing up, staying fully present, fully here now. Thank you so much. I'm going to just start speaking words to your beautiful body. I really want to acknowledge the pain that you have been through, the pain of not being fully honored and not feeling, not being acknowledged, right? You know, there are there's generations of pain here that we are moving through, levels and layers, right, of hurt and harm throughout history. So we are navigating through, right, old stuff here. We're just going to keep holding that and just breathing a lot of love in and calling that courage. We're going to go deeper. It's like we're going to go deeper beyond those patterns of protection, right? And the first thing is to acknowledge. So I'd love to kind of bring in an acknowledgement, an apology. I'm so sorry. Deep acknowledgement, right? There's something so powerful in being acknowledged, so powerful in being seen, so powerful being witnessed. And when we're not getting it necessarily from the outside world, we give it to yourself. We start by giving it to you. Okay. So we are breathing through a beautiful process. Slow, deep inhalations and exhalations, breathing into any contraction or resistance. And we are building safety to help you come home. We are creating space to help you land in. Breathing. And thank you. And so, we are starting a journey, a process of uncovering and discovering your wealth. Your wealth. We are on a journey of learning how to build and create and welcome in and receive wealth. Part of that is money, and it's much deeper and richer. It's not just money, it's money as a vehicle, right? So this is where sometimes the brain gets a little bit confused. So we just want to keep, we're talking to your body. We're waking up some very deep wisdom inside of you. And remember, there's been a lot of no-go signs up, right? There's been a lot of unconscious, you can't go there signs that protect you from, or stop you from being able to like choose it and claim it. So we're going to go beyond those no-go signs and we're going to go in. Just keep breathing. I'm just going to speak words to your body and we'll see how it lands. This beautiful energy coming in, and we need to work with your body and let your body lead and guide you home to this work. And honor the pace, the speed, the timing, right? So the energy is here and the invitation is here. And we are going to trust in the process, the unraveling, the breathing in. Okay, beautiful one. So the wealth that you seek, the wealth that you're looking for starts within. It's very hard for our mind to understand this completely. But part of your journey of manifesting, of consciously creating and physically building your wealth starts by really understanding it lies within you. The mind seeks out, and we're taking a journey home in. I'm going to invite you to start taking some deep breaths. We're going to take the breath into the wealth that lives within you. Deep down into your belly and deep into your legs. We're breathing down in there to help you land Come home, embody, claim, become this wealth. Learn how to hold yourself in this wealth, a frequency, this wealth embodiment. And as we breathe into your inner wealth, we're bringing the breath, we're bringing life force, we're bringing your presence, we're bringing your attention. We are waking up, remembering, and eventually reclaiming this part of you now. That is so worthy of receiving. It is so immensely valuable. And we're learning how to breathe into this space, receive into this space within you now. So slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. And we're giving your body permission to release and let go. Release and let go. Release and let go. Anything that is blocking you from knowing your wealth, that is stopping you from claiming your wealth, that is stopping you from embodying your wealth. And we do this by relaxing deeply. And we do this by resting. And the very thing that will wake you up to your inner wealth is the very thing you're told not to do. So it creates a lot of confusion and chaos and self-doubt. And so we're coming back and understanding, no, I'm going to deeply listen to my inner knowing, deeply listen to my body. I'm coming home to my wealth. Beautiful. Thank you. And so we're going to start, just keep breathing into the wealth that lives within you now. We're learning how to receive. We're embracing the vulnerability that lies in here, in the reclaiming. The part of you that may feel uncertain, cautious. We honor it all and trust in your own rhythm, your own pace. There's no forcing, there's no pressure. It's just breathing and being and receiving yourself. Starting by receiving yourself right here, right now, in this moment. And as you journey through the reclaiming, just know it's okay to feel rage and anger and hurt, right? As you're coming back home, it's okay. We just breathe and welcome it all here. Right. As we come back in and come back home. We are landing, grounding into and embodying your wealth now. Your true wealth now. Waking the wealth within, embodying this wealth now, and breathing into this next step for you, this next reveal, this next unveiling that you and your body are ready to take. Breathing into the space to receive, receive, receive. And as you start to land into this space, you want to start to get to know it. What does it feel like here? How do you feel here? Getting to know yourself, aligned and embodied to your wealth frequency. State of being, the quality, the feeling, in the safety of this space, we're inviting you to surrender deeply into your inner wealth. Embodied wealth, into this wealth cave within, to start to get to know yourself on this level. Trust yourself on this level. Understand yourself on this level. And start to co-create with yourself on this level. This is body-informed wealth. body-informed wealth creation. We're learning how to welcome in wealth, create wealth, grow your wealth, experience wealth in a way that is body aligned, that is deeply honoring to you, nurturing to you, empowering for you, calling that in. You're remembering. We're welcoming in the power of your wealth. We're welcoming in the wisdom of this wealth. We're waking up that inner leadership, that leader within, that wealthy leader that will guide you, show you how to create in alignment with this energy, so that you're making choices from this wealth frequency, learning how to make choices from this inner wealth, building and creating in alignment with this wealth consciousness. And at the core of this wealth frequency, I feel the energy of honor, deeply honoring you, deeply valuing you, deeply holding you. And I feel, if my hand was on your body right now, it would be right down by your tailbone and on your lower belly, really holding. It's that whole pelvic bowl. We are holding this part of your body. Breathing in, holding, honoring, listening to this part of you. As we wake up, as we remember. I want to bring in that deep acknowledgement and apology again to your body. I'm so sorry for everywhere you have been disregarded, hurt, harmed, not acknowledged, overlooked. I'd like you to go in, if that feels right for you, with a deep acknowledgement and apology to yourself, and where you may self-abandon, where you leave yourself. Right, and we go in, we hold, really hold. We can make a commitment. I'm here. I'm here to hold you in this wealth. I'm here to help you claim this wealth, to become this wealth, to create this wealth. Breathing deep down in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to ask your embodied wealth, this wealth wisdom within, if there's any information that she has for you, anything you need to know or hear at this time. I'd like to give you a few minutes to maybe meditate with this wealth wisdom, or journal with this wealth wisdom. What does she want you to know? What does she have to tell you or show you? I'll give you a few minutes, or just to sit and be with her, right? Just being is more than enough. And if you have a specific question for your wealth, your inner wealth, this wealth wisdom, maybe could be for example, a money fear or concern, or wanting to welcome more money into your life, for example. It's not just about money, but any questions you have or any concerns where the mind is not quite integrated, or welcoming in this next level, right? We're starting to birth in this next level of body, heart, soul aligned wealth. You can bring questions to your wealth wisdom within, and let this part guide you and show you and lead you. And this part is calm, grounded, powerful, clear, focused, often quite direct, very, very wise around timing, right? It's this inner nature. So you can let this part be a guide, mentor, a leader in what you're creating or what you're building or what you're trying to welcome in. She's like the consultant, your wealth consultant. So if there's any specific questions you have, you can bring that now if you wish. Beautiful. So please write down any guidance, any insights. Find journaling with this part can be really helpful. Let her guide you, let her show you, tell you. And please remember that there's a lot we're doing here that we can't quite see yet, right? Don't have the physical evidence for yet. There's a realigning, reconfiguring, restructuring happening within your energy system, your nervous system, your mind, your body, your emotions. So that requires some time and space to let this shift happen. And your mind may not fully understand or fully see or fully comprehend how that works yet. So we need to listen deeply, feel your way through. Sometimes it's like fumbling through the dark, right? And trusting in the process, the guidance of that inner wealth wisdom. It's hard for our mind, for the ego, to let go of ways of being and doing and working, even if it's not really working. It's quite hard to let that go. So honoring the process, the fears that can come up, or the uncertainties that can come up as we're navigating through this process. So beautiful deep breaths. We're integrating, embodying, becoming. We want this to land into your body, through every cell in your body, integrated, embodied, digested. Right? So you're living it, breathing it, becoming it, living it, creating from this place, building from this place, becoming. A few more deep breaths in. Releasing, letting go with the exhale. Let's give our thanks to you, to this incredible essence, energy being that you are. And if you connect to other energies, we can give thanks to all the beautiful energies that you've been feeling working with you and through you, for you, through all levels, through all layers. But first and foremost, you. Thanking yourself, honoring you. And it'll bow down to yourself, bowing that head down to the belly if that works for you. Deep honoring, where I like to see it as this mind, even if it doesn't understand, is bowing down in honor to that womb wisdom, to the body, to the earth. It's a surrender, right? It's an honor, it's humility. And bless the mind that doesn't fully understand it yet, right? So compassion to the parts of you that don't fully get it, and to the parts of the world that don't really get it. And yeah, I keep breathing with that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathing, just taking a minute to feel how you feel in your body. And this is what we want to keep coming back into alignment, to connection with. Taking a moment, what does it feel like? We want to keep calling you back home into this alignment as much as possible. Gorgeous. And very, very slowly, when you're ready in your own time, we can begin to come around. Writing down anything to keep remembering, reminding. I'd love to know how you're doing, how you're feeling. This wealth frequency, this wealth wisdom within, is actually, it has an intelligence, it has a creative power, a creative essence that actually knows how to grow. Just like the seed, right? That knows how to grow. And yet, what this part of you is guiding you into is potentially and often different to what you think, right? Or what you've seen or what you know or what we've been shown or told is available to us or possible even. So this is where we have this disconnect, this discrepancy between, right, this inner knowing and then the mind. And so this wealth wisdom, when it's growing, it's like the roots that are growing under the soil that we can't see. And there is an intelligence that's trying to grow you and transform you into something new, right? Maybe in your life and how you, for example, how you do relationships, or, you know, new levels in your business, right? New levels in your finances. But you will often be taken into an area that's unknown, that you don't know, you don't understand, that you haven't seen before, you haven't experienced before. And this is partly what we need to learn how to hold as we're growing into the new and into the unknown. And this is something I've been doing for many years of my business, and it is very uncomfortable. Right? Because the mind's like, what is going on? You're asking me to what, you know? And then the body's like, this is where we're going next. This is where we're going next. So part of this process is holding the unknown of the immersion. So even, for example, on a very practical level, it could be like learning new ways to manage your money, or learning new ways to grow wealth. Like, for example, you might want to learn how to invest and you've never invested before. You don't know how to do that. We're holding a space of the unknown, right? We're holding a space of learning very, very, very practically. Like, it might look like something like that. I remember one of the big things for me was being guided to get more support in my business. And it's like, I knew logically that that's a good thing, but it's like my body didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to outsource. I didn't know how to hand over. I didn't actually know how to let myself be held and supported in my business. And it sounds sort of crazy, but it was literally like, it was like it was learning something completely new. And so we're going to be taken into things that you may see your wealth frequency, oh my God, yes, this. But the mind's like, I don't know how. And because you haven't lived it, experienced it, been shown it, right? For a lot of things that came through me, I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know this existed. So we have to hold that unknown. And so this is where we're in the void space, or we're in the darkness, or we're in the transition, and we're not yet seeing physical evidence. We're not yet seeing, you know, we're not yet bearing the fruit, right, from the plant that's grown. This is where a lot of the mastery comes from with this work. And it requires time, and it requires nurturing, and actually it requires sometimes, I was going to say stillness, or not doing, right? The space of not doing, just allowing and being. Not just that, right? But including that. So what I want to say is, this part of you is emerging and showing you new ways of doing things, and it may be confronting to the mind. And so this is partly what we're needing to navigate. And it may bring up anxiety, it may bring up fears, it may bring up overwhelm, it may bring up doubt, it may bring up all sorts of stuff we need to keep holding, coming back in and being like, right, wealth frequency, wealthy wisdom in my body, show me, guide me, lead me. And then the vulnerability of like, please show me how, because maybe I don't know X, Y, Z. You know, we're missing bits of information. So here are my questions for you. And the questions are designed to help you develop this relationship with your inner wealth, and to get you kind of diving in a little bit deeper and digesting today's session a bit more, and starting this relationship with this part of you essentially, and then coming and sharing. So practicing letting it be visible, letting it be seen, letting it be heard in the safety of this space, even if it's a bit like, I don't really know what's happening. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, right? So my first question is, how does it feel, right, to embody your wealth? What's that state of being? How does it feel, that state of being? How would you define it, right? The quality. And I want you to write it down, remember it, and keep calling yourself back home into that state of being, right? That feeling, that quality. And my invitation is to, my suggestion would be to, as best as you can, create from that place, right? When you're in your business and you're working with your finances and you're working with money, I recommend connecting to this part of you, right? So we want to get the sense of that feeling, that quality, that state of being, and then calling yourself back into that state of being when you're making decisions, right? When you're creating, calming down the fears, the doubts, insecurities, anxieties, coming back into alignment, like, oh, right, this is where I'm going to create from. So that's the invitation. So how does it feel? Right. And I asked you this question already, like, what wisdom does this part of you have for you? What does this part of you know? And again, the invitation is, when you do go into fear and anxiety and stress and not enough and all of that, asking this part of you to show you and guide you, particularly in those moments, will help to calm and soothe and ground you in moments where you get frazzled. All right? What wisdom does she have for you? There can be generally and also particularly when you're coming up against a challenge or a problem. So the invitation again is to keep letting this part of you be your mentor and guide. So what wisdom does she have for you? And my last question is, how can you nurture this connection? How can you nurture this connection? And essentially, how can you remind yourself to come back into this connection, especially for conscious creation or manifestation? But this part of you, she is like in the driver's seat. So manifesting something can feel like poof, like coming out of thin air. It's like, no, she's like, I know what I'm doing. Right? Yes, she's working with these universal laws and principles and nature for sure, but she's also like conscious creation, right? So how can you nurture this connection? What can you do to support yourself to keep coming back into this connection, back into alignment, deep listening, right? Allowing this part of you to be the consultant, right, in your life. How can you nurture this connection?